How concerned are you about the spread of the Delta variant, given the rollout of vaccines at this point, but still a rise in infections here in the UK?
Oh, thank you. Well, what I mean by back to the present is I think the markets had somehow disconnected a little bit from fundamentals. And of course, the delta with an R0 of 2.7 is spreading very rapidly. However, we have to remember that we are in a better place today than we were a year ago with the vaccination programs that we have. And of course, a big difference between emerging economies and developed economies. So if you look at what's going on now, I think we have a summer risk off. I think it's the combination of Delta plus potentially peaking macroeconomic indicators that we are seeing. Although you have 86% of the countries in expansion, if you look at PMIs for manufacturing sector, you know that China has already peaked, the US very soon, and Europe next. So I think this is really what we're pricing in.
In other market sell-offs since the start of this pandemic, we've had fiscal stimulus, monetary stimulus come to the rescue, and we've also had the recovery in earnings, the worst case scenario, of course, and then the rebound from that. What's going to work this time if we're looking for market support?
Well, I think what's interesting, again, if you look at earnings, you see that we still have upgrades everywhere, but peaking dynamics in the US and in Japan in particular, some duration in Europe. Revisions ratios for MSCI World are still at historical high, but the second derivative is falling. So you're going to have a little bit less support from that. And we really need to understand what the central bank's bet is going to be. That's really the big question. Of course, the reflation trade versus inflationary pressure. And what is the bet? The bet is visibility regarding the resilience of the recovery versus policy action. And there we know we're going to have divergence between different central banks around the world, which is going to make the second half a very interesting period.
Virginie, very good morning to you. Does summer risk off, in your mind, mean basically just don't buy this market because it's going to go down?
No, I think you want to accumulate positions in long-term areas. So, depending on where you're positioned, but you want to take advantage of that volatility to accumulate and build a very well-balanced portfolios, be it from a style standpoint or thematics or, wherever you are not, this will be an opportunity, but you have to be price sensitive.